All right, YouTube family, what's going on? All right, so I got two things that I want to talk about today. One, you probably already know because of the title of this video, but before I get into that, I really just wanted to say thank you. The channel just passed 4,000 subscribers. That's just crazy to me. March 1st is gonna be a year since I quit my job and really started uploading to this channel. I have a goal of hitting 5,000 subscribers. I don't think I've said that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. So just past 4,000, I think it's actually over 4,100 now. So thank you guys for showing your support. Your subscription to the channel just means a lot to me, for real, so thank you. Second of all, as you guys see in the title of this video, today I am having a flash sale on my tutorial bundles. If you guys are OG subscribers, you already know about the bundles. If you're new, you may not, but over on my website, www.mixedbyjordan.com, I've got two tutorial bundles for sale. One is going through a full mix with vocals and just a 2-track. The second is a full mix with everything tracked out. With both of the tutorial bundles, I go into depth over my whole technique from start to finish, so you see me from the process of importing the tracks all the way through a finished mix. So faders, everything at 0, no plugins inserted already or anything. It's just completely start to finish, and I take you through that entire process. Also, with both of the bundles, you receive the stems, so that way you can download those and follow along. For those of you guys who already have the tutorial bundles, the feedback that I've been receiving has been super dope, so I appreciate you guys for that. But yeah, you know, I don't really like asking for too much, but I do have some pretty high standards and goals for 2017. You know, today could be really helpful with achieving some of these things and getting the ball rolling right off the bat if I'm able to reach my goal with this. So today I have a goal of selling 100 units of these tutorial bundles. So, you know, whether you buy one or buy both, today they are 50% off, and any purchase that you make is gonna help me so much. If you guys have ever contemplated or thought about purchasing one of these bundles, today is the perfect day. Yeah, anything, you know, if you're able to purchase a bundle today, it would mean a lot to me. And I don't like to ask for too much. You know, I like to just share my journey with you, and I don't want to come off as salesy at all, but today would really mean a lot, honestly. So the footage that you're about to see is actually the first video from the Soul Theory bundle, which is the fully tracked out bundle. So this video that you're getting ready to see is going to take you through importing, organizing, routing, session, all of that. I may even touch on my mix bus processing, I think. Yeah, that's just video number 1 in that whole bundle. There's a total of 3 videos, and you can see that they're pretty long. So just wanted to share this with you guys, and I will catch you in another vlog tomorrow. Peace. All right, what's up guys? So this is long overdue. I wanted to come back with my second tutorial bundle. This one is going over a full mix. So the first one that I dropped was going over mixing vocals to a 2-track, because when you're working with hip hop artists, a lot of times you're gonna see those types of sessions. But I've had a lot of requests to make a full length tutorial going over a full tracked out mix. So this mix is going to be going over Soul Theory by Sil, who was in the same artist that I did my first tutorial bundle over. This was also my first music video. For you guys who do follow the channel, you've probably seen this on the YouTube channel as far as the music video goes. I wanted to do this, go over this mix because I did quite a bit of special effects or characteristic type effects to match the vibe of this record. So I wanted to show that to you guys, as well as it's more of a singing type vocal versus a traditional hip hop vocal. So yeah, just wanted to go over this mix with you guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me and supporting me as I release these tutorials. Yeah, let's dive into the mix. So this first video is going to be going over organizing my session, how I like to work as far as my track order, color coding, routing, things like that. So let's go ahead and dive into Pro Tools so I can show you guys what's up. Okay, so as you guys can see, all of the files are imported into Pro Tools, and they're kind of all over the place right now. Nothing is in order or organized or anything like that. So how I like to work I like to start up top with my low end, and so obviously that's going to be a bass or 808. So typically I'll have that up top, and then I'll go kick, snare, the rest of my drum tracks. Then I will go into my lead sample or whatever the lead instrument is, any sort of special effects that are inside the beat, and then I'll start going to vocals after that. So let's go ahead and get this organized. So the 808 is already up top, which is cool with me. After that, I would go kick, snare. I see here's a room snare here, so I'll put both of those together after the kick. Hi-hats. And that might be all of the drums. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, yeah, so that's all of the drums. There really aren't too many tracks in this beat. So here I see the sample and some of the special effects. And then, yeah, the rest are vocals. So after that, what I would do is go lead vocal. So let's find that. So the lead verse would go, that would be my first vocal track. Let's see. After that, yeah, I'll go with the 3 different chorus tracks. So you see chorus 1, chorus 2. Those are all just stacked vocals, and I'll pan them different ways. Then we have a low harmony track, which I'm not sure why that's stereo, but we'll see how it sounds. I might end up making that mono. Then we have a girl vocal here. And then this last track is actually a reverse reverb. So everything is laid out the way that I like it or prefer it to be. Again, everybody's going to have their own sort of workflow, but I'm just showing you how I work. And as you can see, this was a blank session. There was no template here. Kind of like for those of you who got my vocals to a 2-track bundle, I do have a template for that. But as far as whenever I'm doing an actual full mix, I just start from scratch. So the next thing that I would do here is color code everything. So personally, I go my bass, this like really deep purple or blue, and then color code the track as well. All of my drums, I typically go with a purple, and then I make the tracks purple also. My samples, I'm gonna go with a blue, and then I'll make those blue as well. And then my vocals, I usually go yellow. All right, so this just keeps me organized, so that way whenever I'm looking through the different tracks, I know exactly where I'm at without thinking about it, and also without having to look over here to the left to read the track names. Okay, cool. So once everything is color coded, the next thing I do is set levels. So to do that, first I'm going to create a master fader, so that way I can see the signal. And a trick that I like to do or use as far as setting levels is on the master fader, I'll throw on the virtual tape machine, just anything that really has a VU meter, so that way I can see where things are hitting. So I'm going to close this for right now. The next thing I'm going to do is group all of these tracks. And I'm not going to leave them in the group. I'm just doing this so that way I can easily just turn everything down. All right, so I've ungrouped the tracks. Now I'm just going to start setting levels. So what I like to do when dealing with a tracked out beat is the first thing that I'll start bringing up is the kick drum. And I want to set the kick drum to a level to where it's hitting around 3 on the VU meter. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's hitting around -3 on the VU meter, which is exactly where I want it to be. The next thing that I'll do is bring up the 808. And with the combination of the kick and the 808 hitting at the same time, I want the VU meter to read around -1. All right, so it's hitting around -1 with the combination of the two. So that's going to be my baseline. I'm going to set everything around that. So typically I will bring up the drums to where I like it, and then I'll bring in the vocal before I bring in the sample. With pop or hip hop, R&B, I feel like the relationship between the drums and the vocal are super clutch, and then I could bring stuff in around that. And while bringing these in, it's just going to be about feel. I'm not going to read any meters or anything like that. It's just about how I want the record to feel.
Just to say I loved you, I'd apologize, but I'm not the type. They say that love is great, I think that shit gets overhyped, and it just got so complicated. Think what would we be? We never had that conversation. Shit gets deep, and oftentimes I tend to contemplate it. Really tripping. Wait, what?
Okay, so when bringing in the lead vocal, I like for to find a place to where it is feeling good with the snare, because I really like for the snare to hit like right in your face, and I also want the vocal to be right in your face as well. So I just try to find a good balance to what feels good to me when bringing in that lead vocal. So I'm cool with where everything is at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the sample.
Rose petal, soft and supple. It would be an understatement just to say I loved you. I'd apologize, but I'm not the type. They say that love is great, I think that shit gets overhyped, and it just got so complicated. Think what would we be? We never had that conversation. Shit gets deep, and oftentimes I tend to contemplate it. Tripping. Rose petal, soft and supple. It would be an understatement just to say I loved you. I'd apologize. They say that love is got so complicated. Think what would we be? We never.
All right, so these two samples, they're pretty much the same. The second one,
Rose petal.
this one that I have highlighted here, is almost the same as the lead sample. The only difference that I'm hearing is this one has a little bit of like a staticky, like vinyl type of sound going on. So I'm going to keep this one pulled back I just kind of want to get a little bit of that vinyl sound, but not too much.
Rose petal, soft and supple. It would be an understatement just to say I loved you. I'd apologize, but I'm not the type. They say that love is great, I think that shit gets over.
All right, so this one is just straight like vinyl sound. So, and it's only in certain parts of the song, this sample here. So I'll probably turn this one up because this one is meant to be an effect. So I want it to be audible. So I'll turn it up to where it feels right.
Lately, I've been taking notice on everything I've become. Waiting, watching, hoping that this will all make sense when I'm done.
It touches like a rose petal.
All right, so I brought in the girl vocals and just brought them into where they felt good. And then there's 3 vocals. They're all the same pitch. They're all doing the same thing. So I've just panned 150 to the right, the other 150 to the left, and then kept one center. I'm going to bring in this reverse reverb there too.
Lately, I've been taking notice on everything I've become. Waiting, watching, hoping that. Lately, I've been taking notice on everything I've become. Waiting, watching, hoping that this will all make sense when I'm done.
It touches like a rose petal, soft and supple. It would be an
Okay, all of that feels cool. Let's see. Let's go to the chorus.
Maybe I shouldn't have left you. I loved you, but was starting to see the downside. I tried to keep it together, but couldn't live with this pressure. And I'm just searching, yeah, for this line. You were something special. Maybe I shouldn't have left you. I loved you, but was starting to see the downside. I tried to keep it together, but couldn't live with this pressure.
Okay, so I brought in the hook and then I also brought in the low harmony. With harmonies, it's more of a feeling thing than numbers, but I've tend to find that the harmony is usually around 5 to 6 dB lower than the vocal that it's harmonizing with. So yeah, in this case, it's around 5 dB lower to where the low vocal felt good to me. I believe at this point, everything is in. Yeah, everything is, there's nothing turned all the way down. So from here, what I'm going to do is start routing everything and get ready to start mixing. So to me, I feel like people make a mistake by trying to start mixing before they set levels, before they get organized, before they have everything routed. To me, I want, it's almost like, I believe it's called top-down mixing. I like to get everything routed, broke out into stems, sent to the submix, treat the submix, and then start mixing. To me, I feel like if you do it the other way, you're too busy trying to figure out where everything is. Half the time, instead of just being in mix mode, you're like, okay, where is the lead vocal? Where is the kick? Where is this? So you're constantly trying to find stuff. You're constantly messing with levels. And then you do get the mix done and you start treating the sub mix. And then, once you start adding compression and EQ to your mix bus, everything starts to sound different. So this is the way I like to work. So let me show you how I route and treat the mix bus. So what I'm going to do is send everything to its own stems. So really it's just going to be a music stem, a vocal stem, and an effects stem. Sometimes if I have a lot of different tracks that make up the instrumental, I'll even break them down into stems further than that. But for this tutorial and for this small amount of tracks on the instrumental, I'm going to just send all of these to a music track. So that all music track I'm going to bring over here to the end. My lead verse is going to have its own aux track. It's titled lead. This is going to be routed to Vox, to the vocal stem. Solo safe it. All right, so the lead chorus vocals will have its own aux track. And I'm going to route that to the vocal stem. The low harmony, I'm just going to route to the vocals. Montana's vocals, which are the girl tracks. I'll just title that Montana. That's going to the all vocals track. So the Montana aux will be routed to the vocal stem, and then also the reverse reverb. I sent that to the vocal stem, and everything is routed. Then here, I'm going to create one more aux track because I know I'll be using some different effects. So I will have an effects aux, and all three of these aux tracks, I solo safe all three of them, and I route them to the submix. And solo safe that. So the reason why you want to solo safe things is it allows audio to pass through. So like, for example, if the Montana aux track wasn't solo safed and I wanted to just solo one of her vocals, it won't play through. So as you can see, you couldn't hear the audio from this vocal here. This is what I'm trying to play. And as long as you solo safe the track that audio is running through, so this one track is going to run through the Montana aux, the vocal aux, and the submix aux. As long as all of those are solo safed, then you'll be able to hear the vocal.
I've been taking notice on that.
So to solo safe it on a Mac, I'm not sure what it is on PC, but on a Mac, you just hold Command and click the solo button. When it's grayed out, that means it's solo saved. All right, so everything is routed. Now what I'm going to do before I start, again, mixing, I'm going to treat my submix. So that virtual tape machine that was on the master bus, that's always the first plugin that I use on my submix. So I'm just going to move that from the master to the submix track. The next thing that I will reach for is an EQ. And for me, this is just adding a little flavor. I'm not doing any major EQ at this point. So I usually use a pull tech on the mix bus, and I'll boost the top end just a little bit, may boost around 60, just a little bit. Just again, for a little bit of that pull tech vibe. It's a tube EQ, gives it a little warmth, a little thickness, really, really smooth boosts. So going there, I'm going to play the record as I choose a compressor.
I've been taking notice on everything I've become.
Don't mess with me, Pro Tools. And let's find a spot where the kick is hitting.
Rose petal, soft and supple. It would be an understatement just to say I loved you. I'd apologize.
Okay, yeah, that works. So on the SSL, I'll either put the release on auto, or sometimes I'll make it all the way fast. I always have the attack on 30. So I'm going to leave it there for now. And next, I'll just pull up a limiter. 9 times out of 10, I'm going with the Slate Digital FGX. Put this on smooth. I always set the ceiling to -0.3, and I'm going to boost this gain knob until I'm hitting somewhere between -8 and -10 RMS.
Rose petal, soft and supple.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for now. And that's the chain that I'm going to mix into. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed video 1 of this bundle. Again, this is just me getting organized, setting up my routing, setting my levels, so that way when I do start mixing, I don't have to think about anything. I can just use my instincts, my hearing, whatever I want to do creatively. I can just take off and not have to think about, you know, where different tracks are and things like that. So I hope you guys dig it. Check out video number 2, and I will see you guys there.